Hi Harazzlers, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're fabulous. Let's do it all together now. In this video I'm going to be chit-chatting about this book, and I'm going to start by actually doing this book. It's meant to be a 12-week course of finding your spiritual path of higher creativity. It was given to me for my birthday. As you can see, it was my birthday recently, and it looked fabulous, and I thought I'd give it a go. And as I'm trying it all out, I thought I'd put it onto my YouTube and show you guys how it's going and what I'm doing, and if it's working or if it's not working. I don't even know how it works or not works. I mean, I think it's meant to kind of give you guidance and you kind of go on your own creative path. There's no right or wrong in art, as I always say, but I think it's meant to like just kind of give you ideas and tips, and you just go on your own little journey. So it looks really cool so far. I mean, I've only just recently read parts of it. This book was given to me from my sister with my many fabulous presents that I did get from everyone and the messages I received. And I mean, it was obviously a lockdown birthday, so it was a bit different to how I normally would go out with style and paint the rainbow colours of the town. But this time I did a video like party and with my friends and just spent time with my family, and it was still really lovely, and it was just nice to know that you can still do something different. It doesn't like you shouldn't be out and about at the moment anyway, so it was just cool to just do something different and still have a fabulous time. But going back to this book, so this book is called The Artist's Way, and it's a spiritual path of higher creativity. And New York Times says it's the Queen of Change. It's a 12-week course, so it's blocked out in different categories. So I thought it'd be really cool to show you guys as I'm doing it on my channel, and my spiritual growth and my creativity flow, and just see where it leads and see what happens basically. So I thought as I'm working through this book, I'll show you guys as well. It says multi-million copy worldwide bestseller. So it just helps you get back on your creative path and gets your juices flowing and your energies, and you just go along this path. So I don't know what's going to happen, and we'll just see how it goes. So hopefully it'll be really cool. I mean, I had a quick flip through, but on purpose I haven't looked in detail because I thought I'd just go along with it as I am with you guys. So if you've read this book, do let me know in the comment box, and remember to give us a huge thumbs up if you like this kind of style of video, and remember to follow me on my social medias, that is RazDoesNotArt, and I am on Etsy where you can buy all my different arts and all that jazz, so go and check them out if you want to buy some of my stuff. So this book is of course just a guidance, and your own creative flow as an artist will guide you as well, but it gets you back to think in a certain way, I think, and puts you, like, gives you certain tools that you have to do. You like work alongside the book. So I've got my own little notebook that I'm going to work alongside it and just see what happens. I mean, I don't have a clue because I've only literally flicked through this book, so I don't know what's going to happen, or if it's going to be a life changer, or I'll just be the same person at the end. Well, you're always the same person, but with added sparkle. So just see what happens, and I'm going to go on the journey with you guys out there as well. So let's get creative, crafty together, and let's get going and dive into this book. So this is week 1 of me taking on this challenge of this book. Well, it's not really a challenge, a course of a 12-week Artist's Way course, and it's my journey and telling you guys what I've learned and how the book, what it represents for me. So this is obviously what I get from this book and how I see it and my take on it. So if you're doing this course or you're trying out this book, you might see it differently. Of course, everyone sees things differently, and this is just my way of, I see it in how I explain my outcome of what I've done basically, and just giving you an understanding about the book. So at the beginning, it's like any book, it's an introduction, but it tells you that how your past can block your creativity or block any element that you want to develop in. So if you're going forward, you still have your past stuff, what it might block certain situations and stop you doing things, even like subconsciously. What is really interesting, because that probably is true with certain things, and I feel your past does reflect on your future, but of course your present can change that future. Well, that was very deep. So with this, like I was saying at the beginning, it tells you about what the book's going to get you doing and how it's going to work. And I didn't rush through it, I just literally am doing it by how you would read a book at the beginning to the end. I'm not going to skip through bits, because I quite like the not knowing of what the task is going to be, because it gives you different tasks, what I'll run through in a minute. Of course, I'm just quickly going through things. I'm not going to read through the whole book, otherwise that's a bit pointless, because it's meant to be a journey that you take on your own. Where should I start? So what's quite interesting, on the end of when you first read the introduction, it says you have to fill in a contract. Of course, it's just a contract with you and yourself and I. It's not a contract to anyone. You're not selling your soul to someone. And you literally have to put, of course, I insert my name. I, Katrina, understand that undertaking this intense guided encounter with my own creativity, I commit to myself and a 12-week duration of the course. I, Katrina, tongue-tired. I, Katrina, commit to a weekly reading daily morning pages, a weekly artist date, and fulfillment of each weekly tasks. I, Katrina, further understand the course and will raise issues and emotions for me to deal with. I, Katrina, commit myself for excellent self-care, a relevant sleep, diet, exercise and pampering for the duration of the course. And then you have to sign it and date it. So it's basically just getting you in the frame of mind that you are letting yourself take on this and looking after yourself, and just all above what I've just said basically. And once you write it down, it does make you think a lot more of what you're gonna want to achieve and go forward. So with this, it says about morning pages and things, what I'll go into, and it's saying how you should, of course, like we do know that you should like look after your body, make sure you drink enough water, and make sure you're eating the right diet, and you're exercising, and you're looking after yourself as well, because sometimes we all do so much and then don't step back and think it's time for me to pamper and step back, rather than always trying to do things. Because I'm one of them people who are always trying to, I don't know, work on something or try and do something, and don't step back sometimes and think this is time for me just to reflect and relax, basically. What sometimes we just need to do, because I don't think, if something is trying to tell you something, it's not going to get through if you're always busy doing lots of different tasks. So for here, it's got creative like sayings that you say to yourself, but I did write them after each of my morning pages and my tasks, just to like kind of sign it off a little bit. If it was a negative task that you had to like do, it was quite good to do this at the end as a positive spin on it. I'll read some of them out. This book does say, talks about God, but it does say God does not have to be the God as in certain Christians see. It could be a God that you see as in a creator, rather than actually a God-like figure. Hope this all makes sense to you. Number 3, as creative I listen, I will lead. I'm just randomly picking out different ones here. Number 4, creative is creator, will for me. Creativity is the creator, will for me. Yeah, that was right. Number 5, my creativity heals myself and others. I always like to think in certain respects. Number 8, through the use of creativity, I serve God. So with that, like I was saying, it could be something you feel like you're achieving what you want to achieve rather than serving God. My creativity leads me to truth and love. That was number 9. What other ones I think quite stand out quickly to me? Number 15, I'm willing to create. Number 16, I'm willing to learn and let myself create. Number 18, I'm willing to serve it through my creativity. Number 19, I'm willing to experience my creative energies. That's quite a cool one. Number 13, as I listen to the creator within, I am led. So they're like really cool sayings to put after your text. So with the tasks, one of them, every morning you set your alarm at half an hour early and write 3 pages of longhand stream of conscious morning writing. So basically you have to write stuff out that you're thinking at the time and just go for it and keep writing and writing. I first of all thought when I was going to do this, I thought I was going to get really stuck and maybe just think, what am I writing, what am I saying? But once I got into it, I just went for it. I just was writing and writing and writing. I tried to make it stuff what I was actually thinking about and not go off too much in my little imagination, because that does happen a lot. So I kind of did bring myself back a little bit sometimes when I was writing things. And I'll go back to this in a minute and show you some of the stuff I wrote, because you're meant to put it into an envelope and then hide it away. It's like kind of a venting kind of thing, that you write down the things that you want to. It could be something that you want to do that day, or things that are in your mind and things that are playing on you, and just, it's like a bit like a diary, but it's in the morning before you start off your day. That's how I see it. So yeah, so you, at the end then, I put one of them sayings to kind of round it off. So number 2 task was take yourself on a date, an artist date. So it's basically taking yourself on something that you want to do, like you want to go and create something, you want to go for a walk along the beach, you want to, just something you want to do and it feels like your inner self is telling that you should do. So just take time out for yourself and you can go and do that basically. I will dive back into these certain ones a bit more in depth in a minute, and I'll show you what kind of tasks, how I took it on. Time travel, number 3. List 3 old enemies and create self-worth. Number 4 was the time travel again. Write out 1 horror story from the monster of your hall of fame, so your enemy. Number 5, write a letter to your editor, mail it to yourself. So the person that you're writing a letter to is someone like one of your enemies. Number 6 is another time travel one. List 3 old champions of your creative self-worth. So 3 examples of when you felt that someone was giving you self-worth and making you feel fabulous in your creative way. Number 7 is another time travel one. Select and write out a happy piece of encouragement and write it to yourself. So of course I'm just skipping through these are a lot longer than what I'm saying. Number 8 was imaginary life. So if you have 5 other lives to leave, what would they be in them? Number 9, working through bursts often encourage monsters to swim back into us. Change these to negative to positive. So that's just like encourage you to think a certain way again. And number 10, taking a brisk walk. So with this, I'm going to show you some of my morning tasks, what I did. I'm going to tell you little snippets of what I've said, because I don't want to be too personal, but I want to show you guys how I've kind of worked with it and how it's worked for me. So I've got this fabulous notebook, what I've been using. But with this, it does say you're meant to write on pieces of paper. So I didn't use a notebook for this, but I did use a notebook for my tasks. So for example, this was the 19th of the 1st, 2021. My writing is terrible, but we have got over that, and that is just how it is. This bit I quite liked. But then again, I feel most of the time, as humans, we are trying to keep other people happy, or we spend most of the time explaining our lives to others, rather than we should be living it. What I thought is very true sometimes. What was this one? Can't even remember now. So this was the 18th of the 1st, 2021. Oh, okay. This bit is a bit random, I must admit, but it comes from me, so that makes sense. It said, I saw a cartoon the other day that read, you can make energy from the sun. It was basically from aliens, but you still want to dig up oil from the ground. So it was talking about humanity and humans. It says we are all doomed, and this is why most people don't want children nowadays. What in itself is another huge topic, but I thought that was interesting how it is true that we can make energy from the sun as humans, and we still go around trying to dig up oil from the earth when we should be trying to use energy, natural energy. Well, oil is natural, but yeah, natural energy, what is reusable from the sun. So my morning topic, some of it wasn't as deep as that, but they were the bits that I thought I wanted to just show you guys. And then we go on to the tasks. So with the tasks, oh, that was my contract that I wrote in my book at the beginning. And then you had to say, write 10 times that you're a brilliant artist. So week 1, number 3, time travel, was when you had to pick 3 old enemies and write them down. I mean, I'm only sharing this with you due to, I talk about it anyway, so it's not like stuff what I hide away. And some of the stuff I won't share with you due to it's more personal. I don't feel like I need to. It's just a rough idea of what I've been up to. So my first one, these aren't in any order, they're just literally what I put. My first one was school. You'll not achieve anything due to you're not a high achiever with your grades. Number 2, people's views. You cannot spell, so you're not brainy or clever. And the general past. Why did you leave your job when so many people want that job and you knew how lucky you was? And then at the end I wrote the positive thing again. I'm willing to experience my creative energy. And I've put a hall of monsters. So the next number was number 4, the task. It was time travel, and it was a horror story where you had to pick one of them examples that you gave and twist it and put a positive spin on it. You're not achieved due to your grades. So you had to say how it made you feel, and I said it made me feel worthless, and it made me feel that you have to be one way that you are in life, and that I felt looked down on. So then I did a drawing. It's a very rough drawing of a star with like lots of A's around it, and feeling that that's the only way you can achieve something. And then you have to put a red cross through it to show that that's not true. And then you have to put that onto a positive spin, what I feel I do anyway. You can see the world differently, and we are not all the same. So you shouldn't let something like that put you down anymore, because that's not true, basically. Oh yeah, number 5 task was write a letter to your monster. I put, to all the people that look down on me due to who I am was different. You are the one who has issues due to you that only see the world as you do and been told to, not as it is, will never grow, and you'll never grow in yourself. And then I did, oh, my little thing. Then I did a world symbol. Hang on. Get rid of it. Then I did a world symbol with like an eye looking at, and I put, I'm allowed to nurture my artist. Number 6, this is time travel, and it's a list of 3 of your champions of your creative self. So one of them I put was one of my bosses at Legoland. You can build anything we give you. You're so creative, I can't even understand how you even come up with your designs and builds. Number 2 was my sister. You're the most positive person I know. You have been through a lot and you still keep seeing the positive. And this was a kind of random one. Like, it wasn't just one person. I haven't seen work like this before. It's so unique and different. So there are like positive things that someone said to you. Number 7, time travel. Write out a happy place of encouragement. So this is like a letter to yourself, so you can imagine it is a bit random. You are fabulous and you have achieved so much, and you're always learning, developing when others might have given up. You don't let others' walls that are put up in front of you stop you. You find a different way around them to overcome the obstacle that is in front of you, to achieve your own pathway and your own goal within your journey. So number 8 was imaginary lives. So for this you had to write 5 like different lives that you would take on if you were doing something different. So number 1, I said artist, having my own studio and flat. Number 2, a musical singer, like being in the West End or dancing and singing, being able to do that. Number 3, a travel vlogger. So of course the whole thing of being like a hippie and going travelling. Number 4, singing. Sorry, so writing my own music and being able to sing and get on stage, and that way of being creative. And number 5, art creator. So going around collecting other people's artwork and showing it in different shows and events and things. So to be honest, all of them are very creative paths anyway. Number 9 tasks was turn a negative into a positive. To be honest, I always do this anyway because I feel like you should do, because who is the one, well, you are the one who is getting all the negative back if you're just being negative all the time. Of course we have our down days and there is negative. I'm not saying you shouldn't be negative, of course, but you shouldn't be like that all the time because it doesn't get you anywhere. So number 10 was to have a walk. What I did anyway on Monday with my sister, so we went out with the doggies and had a lovely walk along the park and the beach. So I did achieve all of my morning writing and all of the tasks this week, but this is just week 1. When I got to today, I did find it more difficult to write something, but once I got into it I was well away. But I did find it a bit more difficult just due to I didn't feel the flow was as flowing, but I think people do that when they get to normally Friday anyway. So I think I'm gonna have a break over the weekend from it and then start up again on Monday. So I'm doing it Monday to Friday and seeing how that goes. So if you like this kind of video, do give me a huge thumbs up, because then I know it's a bit more of a chit chat video, I know, but still going along with the theme of like arty stuff. And if you have tried this book, do let me know about that as well. And remember to check out all my social medias. I am on Twitter and Instagram, and I post all my arty stuff on there, so you can get involved with all that and see what kind of stuff I'm making. And check out my other videos of all my art videos and my processes, and I'm teaching some of the bits in some other videos, like show you how to make certain things or create or anything along them development skills. I just show you how-to videos. And remember to subscribe to this channel, because then you'll be part of the Razdaz family and you'll be part of my little community that I have online, and that would be rather fabulous. And I am on Etsy. If you want to buy any of my work, it's all on there, so you can go and check it out and then buy some of my pieces and have it up in your house. And see you guys later, and keep crafty and creative.